I want to share some lessons I have learned over the last 15 years working with CEOs, publishing their books, sitting in with them, having book interviews, a lot of things. But I'm going to share 7. And that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. Who is excited? Drop a comment. Let's know. Let me know you're here on the stream. Don't be a number. Remember how we do it. Your favorite YouTuber is here. Today I dropped a long form video and I'm super excited. Please go engage in my video. Especially if you're a YouTuber. I shared 14 secrets that top YouTubers use to make millions from AdSense every other month. Gosh. Some things I'm already applying. I don't like to keep secrets or gatekeep. So I shared them today. Please go check it out after now. While I'm going to pull up my script and tell you exactly what I have in my notes. I have taken the ones I want to share with you. That is, if today is your first time seeing my face, welcome. Today is a great, perfect day to have encountered you. I'm really excited that you are here. I know that the region where we are meeting. My name is Chisom Utibeaka, and I'm streaming from Uyo in Nigeria. And on this channel, I talk about wealth. Anyway, I talk about it in 3 ways: money, opportunities, and business. And this particular stream you're watching is a motivational video series of my business life, how I started my journey in the last 15 years, building a multi-million naira publishing company with little or no overhead costs, keeping the cost low. And I'm teaching everything I implemented and how it worked for me on this channel. Okay, and on this channel, on the broad spectrum, there are lots of things you can catch on later on, which is why I'm inviting you to like this video right now and subscribe if you haven't. Okay, Chimoni gang, I'm here today. I know you can tell that I'm a bit low. I nearly wanted to cancel our stream tonight, but I said last minute, I was like, no need. Instead, let me come and explain why I might not be optimum high and all that. At the same time, I can still share these lessons that I'm noting down. I just started writing my script about 30 minutes ago, but it's not gonna be any less impactful. Trust me. Have you ever wondered what makes CEOs or people in academics powerful leaders? Right? After 15 years of sitting down and working with them, most of them helping them publish their books, share their knowledge through their book interviews, which is one process I actually really like. Most of them build their brands also. I've learned these 7 leadership lessons, and it has also transformed my own career as a CEO. And today I'm going to be sharing all of that with you. So, number 1 lesson I learned. I was sitting in with a particular of my clients, and I remember him telling me about his 10-year plan, which is fueling why he was writing his book, which decided some of the things he's doing in his company. And I sat down there in my mind, I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't started living in that sense, because how do people have 10-year plans, 20 years plan for their lives? And I'm just here thinking about, my goal for YouTube by the end of the year, everything by the end of the year. Okay, but anyway, that moment completely changed the way I thought about leadership and about my role as well as a CEO at Logos Audibles, right? And that brought me to thinking that number 1 lesson I learned is the power of thinking, or let's say strategic thinking. Very, very important, because I think that if reading Think and Grow Rich as well made it very explicit in the sense that it is what you think about that you become. I mean, the Bible also said it, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. And let me try and do without these glasses. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So I'm here sitting and I'm wondering, when you have a vision for your life, I remember Dubai, I think it's Dubai that has a minister that plans for the future in the next 50 years. I mean, people are planning for the country they will not be alive maybe to meet. And that for me is amazing, right? Strategic thinking is everything. If, for instance, I was thinking about it in line with relationships and marriages. If, for instance, a man is very sure that the kind of life he wants to live, or the where he wants to be in the next 10 years, he has it clear in his plan and working towards it. It will guide his choice of a wife. It will guide the job he decides to take. It will guide how he's building his business today. It will even guide how he's relating with his staff and with people generally, right? But most times we live very short term, like I used to before I sat down with this client of mine. I see how that can change totally, can change anybody's life, totally. And in my experience, apart from the CEO, from even some academics, especially people who are in the professorial cadre, some of them, not all of them, who have worked with, those who have worked with, of course, I've seen that most of them are like the leaders I have met who are masters of long-term vision. And I think that long-term visioning is so important. I once worked with a boss who also had this as a gift. In fact, I think he's the best networker when it comes to people I've met and worked with, in the sense of his vision. He goes for what he wants, he plans for it, he uses his team to document and then follow through. And even if it takes him so long, which some of the visions he was trying to build, like he was trying to build a leadership center at that time, this is my boss, and every year we will plan it, we will do a retreat, we will have bonding sessions, we will work on it, we will write proposals. It wasn't coming to fruition really fast, but years down the line, over 20 years down the line, that vision is right now standing, it's happening, it's impacting people. So the power of having long-term vision is so important, and that's one lesson I would say that working with these people have taught me. Great leaders don't just work in their business or in their career, they work on it. That is, so they look at it from a bird's eye view, from an eagle eye view, so they know where to fix, where to tweak, where to make things work better. Yeah, that's the one lesson in all that I would say I learned all of these years working with this group of people. Another thing I have learned from working with my clients are that they never stop learning. Most of the people I work with walk into their offices, the things that are more in number are books. Books. I also had a boss who the whole of where he sits, the whole of him, like from the wall to wall, are just books. And he reads them. It's not for decoration. I haven't seen any powerful leader who doesn't read. I heard about Elon Musk and the amount of books he has acknowledged that he read, and he reads to get to where he is today. Academics build their careers normally on, of course, research, knowledge, reading, and all that. The same with top CEOs, and in my opinion, they always inspire me to do more. I told a story about one of my clients in the past episode. I told you about one of my clients who hired us to ghostwrite one of his books. He was already in the process of writing 2 or publishing 2. He wanted to make a presentation for 3 books, or rather, will launch 3 books. So he needed help with the 3rd one, and that's where we came in. Do you understand? These are people who write multiple books. They study multiple times. They learn. They continue learning. And I've heard countless stories of CEOs who read a book a week. They finish a book every week. So in a year, they could have read more than 52. Amazing. Yeah. And and I heard some of them say something like, if I'm not reading, how am I supposed to grow? How am I supposed to become better? And that has stuck with me. If you ask me, lifelong learning is non-negotiable for top leaders, and that has also become a part of my life. I mean, I've always been a voracious reader, but now I have never dropped the ball. Like, it's like hunger pangs. I can't do it. It's like cravings. There's nothing I can do about it. I can't live a life without learning something new every day, without sticking out to learn, to know, I can't live a life that is not curious. Never. So these are some of the impacts working with these people have on me as well. That's my lesson number 2. Please, if you're joining the stream now, drop a comment. Let me know that you're here. Also drop a question if you have any, and also share with us any leadership lessons you have learned that has shaped your life so far. Please drop in the comments. I'll be really glad to read it out and give you a shout out and also learn from you. Okay. The third lesson I have learned in these 15 years working with CEOs and academics and top business officials is that is the ability to make decisions under pressure, no matter what the pressure is, right? Most CEOs and academics I know sometimes have to take very high stake decisions, and that's because most times they make decisions or they are faced with validating certain data or certain facts. By their position, they are to produce results, and sometimes going to get those facts verified, they might step on toes. They might, you know I mean, they might even get into some quarters you wonder if they shouldn't give up. But because I think that they master the art of not working with their emotions, they work with facts, with data, pushing ahead. Like, I haven't seen, I have once sat with a PhD student who was sleeping in his office, waking up there, working from there, taking care of his children from there, like for months, just to achieve his aim. And it didn't matter that people were even talking about him, gossiping about him, trying to say he didn't have a home, he was homeless. I mean, these people don't give up. They make decisions no matter how hard it is. And I had a story about an academic whose research work was kind of very controversial in a way that she was facing public backlash, and just like these other clients I also had. But instead of panicking, she stood her ground, or rather, she stood her ground because she said she had data. She stood by that data and went ahead to keep evaluating and verifying it. She kept pushing forward. For me, that's leadership, right? Making such bold decisions despite any fear or threats. In what I've gathered on this is, when you have facts, trust your instincts and make decisions with confidence. When you have data or facts, just trust your instincts and make confident decisions. That's what I get, right? I'll say number 4 lesson I learned is, of course, communication is everything. Communication is everything. Like, if you can't share your vision in a way that people who work with you will understand, you'll be a lone ranger. You'll be trying so hard to succeed at something, but wonder why it's not. Let me check. Why is this? Hold up. I'm live, but is this? Okay. I would just want to be sure this is actually public. I didn't check that. I'm not sure I checked that. Anyway, I don't know if I can resume. If I leave here now, what did he say? Wait, is this? No. My gosh. For the poor, so the person and himself. What? Leadership lessons have you learned? I want to be sure This is life. It's on.